All right, guys, we're in the booth, about to be laying some paint. Got everything all taped up, masked off. Little wing monk over there is helping out too. Oh, about to get some color on her. up, guys? We are back on Foolish. She's all painted up, mostly put back together. We had to do a repair on the hood and the fenders. I will post a video later about that, but right now we're going to start wet sanding it, just the front of the truck, so we can cut it. But I think she's looking pretty good already. I'm cutting it with a 1200 grit wet sand. I've already started on it, so just keep it nice and wet when you're doing this. 1200 will get a lot of the dust out that occurs when you're painting. I mean, we painted the truck in the booth and we still got dust, so I mean, this is a single stage paint job, and pretty much we're just trying to make it look as good as we can. I mean, you can see the shine on it already, but I think we can get some of that orange peel out with cutting it. We're cutting it with a 3M product. Part number right there. Says we'll work with 1200 grit, designed to remove 1200 grit and finer scratches. So I think we're good. But here we go. Let's get this done. So I'm generously keeping the hood wet and the fenders. I already did the other fender and pretty much half the hood. You want to keep it wet, and just you don't need to push really hard. I mean, this is the way I was taught to do it, so this is why I'm doing it like this. If it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But this is how we're doing it. You can hear it on the sandpaper, all the dust that you're hitting. Just keep the sandpaper nice and rinsed. Do a little bit. Get it wet. Continue the process. You can hear the sandpaper hitting all the little dust spots. You can feel it and hear it. You kind of want to keep your hand flat when you're doing this. Sometimes the paper just grabs too good on it. But once you get it going, it moves. It might not be wet enough on the truck. Been a long journey doing this truck from start to finish, but the outcome is looking good. So this is definitely something I can be proud of, doing this. I mean, it's my wife's truck, so I'm gonna see it every day, and I just want her to have something nice and look good, and that's what we're doing here, making it look nice and shiny. Don't spend too much time on hard edges. Just glide right over it real quick. We're just trying to knock down all the dust that got in the paint. This is a single stage, so you don't want to sand too much, because automatically you're going to be taking color away. That's why we're using a 12. I started with a 12, and I think that it'll be fine. That's what we did with the rest of the truck. We're just trying to knock down some of the orange peel and then get some shine out of this single stage. Also, we do have, I have C-Knots kits available. They are, I would say you could use them as a little baby notch up to a 6-inch. It's a 6-inch notch, but you could technically use it as a 4, a 2, and such. It is a 4-piece notch, which meaning there's a top, a bottom, and 2 sides. So if you give me a second, I will bring some parts over here to show you. If you're interested in those, hit me on the Instagram, lunchmoney530. We can get those shipped out to you. They're made right here in Northern California. JFab parts. We're going to be having a lot more stuff here in the future, but I don't do this full time. We're in my shop where I actually have a sign business. So if you know me personally, I have a sign business, but I do the mini truck stuff on the side. So this is not my full-time gig. It'd be nice if it was, but I'm not picky. So certain things I'm picky, but not this stuff. I like doing this. I enjoy doing it. I've been doing mini truck stuff for about a little over 20 years. My very first vehicle was a 76 Mazda, I think it was an 1800, B2200, but I caught the bug and I've never stopped. I mean, I've had numerous trucks, S10s, Toyotas, multiple Mazdas. Currently we have 5 Mazdas. We will be working on the Roadster next. I need to finish up welding the convertible top plates in. It is a Roadster, so that's why we call it the Roadster. The roof will never go back on it. I'm just hitting this real quick. The fender's laid out really nice, so we could just cut those. The hood is what we had dust on, so I'm just gonna do this one more time real quick. See if I hear anything on the paper. I'm just trying to go in one direction because once we cut it with the buffer, it'll get rid of all those scratches. Just try to keep your hand flat when you're doing this. You could feel when the dust isn't on there. There might be a few little imperfections, but for the most part, the truck's coming out really nice. The wife chose it doesn't look like it in the camera, but it's a teal green metallic. The camera makes it look blue, but it's actually teal. It's more on the greener side than the bluer side in person. So this is one of those trucks that when you see it in person, you might not think it's the same truck because it's a different color than what you can see on the camera. So this is what we got going on. In the kit, you get 2 of these. You get 2 of these. You get 1 of those that's already pre-bent, pre-broke for you, and the top piece. So we got a 4-piece 6-inch notch. You can always, wherever you put this on your frame, if you don't want that big of a notch, you can always cut that off, the excess off, weld it underneath the frame right there, and call it good. This is what they look like together. I've used these notches or some similar to them on a handful of trucks. I think they work great. If there's something for a full size, maybe I am going to be making a bigger, wider notch here shortly, but at the moment this is what we have, is the 6-inch universal pretty much notches, 2.5 inches wide, so that should fit most applications. And yeah, enough of that, but let's get back to this. The hood's all nice and wet, but what I'm gonna do is take a microfiber. Now that it's all sanded, I'm gonna just take the microfiber and just wipe it down, get all that stuff off of the hood and the fenders. Just dry it off real quick, so when we put the compound on, we're not just cutting with what we sanded off or whatever debris left over. Might as well just get it clean now before we start cutting. The rest of the truck is already cut. But again, we're just working on the front end. The rest of the truck's already cut. When we had to redo the front end, I didn't polish it out, so I want to polish the whole truck at the same time. But so far so good. I think she's looking pretty good. This thing's gonna be sick when we bring it back out. It's only money. So see how it's all dull looking? This is what it looks like before you start cutting. And you'll see when we're done with this how it changes. Here we go.
Okay, I like it, want it, need it. I gotta have it, call me greedy. Just like magic, they don't believe it, no excuses. Ain't making no truces, ain't taking no losses, neither. All facts, no falses, keep them. 2 chains, 1 cross, no demons. Hey, yeah, I got ways, what you say, I got pain, yeah. On my own, doing my thing, yeah. Oh my God, what is you doing, why is you lame, yeah. Bring the pain, hey, yeah. Black hair looking all stitchy, waist man make me itchy, glitchy, going too silly, really. 9 shots sent 250, and these cost 250. Man shake, yeah we get jiggy. Bad little babe ain't vegan, chilly. On a wild run, how we get Ricky. You get me? All in the city, yeah. Whole lot of winning, yeah. They tryna stop it, yeah. Ain't it a pity, yeah. And we outside, trucks not foreigns. How you gon' get me? Yeah. How you gon' get me? Yeah. How you gon' get me? Okay, I like it, want it, need it. I gotta have it, call me greedy. Just like magic, they don't believe it, no excuses. Ain't making no truces, ain't taking no losses neither. All facts, no falses, keep them. 2 chains, 1 cross, no demons. Hey, yeah, I got ways, what you say, I got paid, yeah. On my own, doing my thing, yeah. Oh my God, what you doing, why you lame, hey. Bring the pain, hey. Stay in my lane, yeah. Can't do pain, yeah. Grip and grain, yeah. Ain't nothing changed, yeah. She got a problem with me, I told her I just got a chain, yeah. She tryna drive to Atlanta, I told her she drive me insane.